back, dear students, to the second module of Standard 7, subject Mathematics, Chapter 11, Circle. Let's see learning objective of this module. First is arc of the circle, then chord of a circle, semicircular arc, major and minor arc, corresponding arcs, and central angle and the measure of an arc. This we will be learning on this module. Let's do quick revision of our previous session. In our previous session, we have started circle. A circle is a closed plane geometric shape. In technical terms, a circle is a locus of a point moving around a fixed point at a fixed distance away from the point. Basically, anything which is round in shape we call as a circle. Next is center. It is the midpoint of a circle. Next is radius. The radius of a circle is the line segment which joins the center of the circle to the outer boundary. It is usually represented by small r. Next is diameter. The diameter of a circle is the line segment which divides a circle into two equal parts. In an easy way, we can say that it is just double of a radius. It is represented by small d. Next is circumference of a circle. Circumference is the distance around a circle. Now we will see the formulas of circumference of a circle. So first formula is the circumference of a circle is equal to 2 pi r. When radius is given, that time we will use 2 pi r formula. Next is the circumference of a circle is equal to pi into d. When diameter is given, that time we will use c is equal to pi into d. This formula. Students, now we will start our main topic, that is arc of the circle. The arc of a circle is defined as the part or a segment of the circumference of a circle. Here in this diagram you can see AB is the arc of a circle. The length of an arc is simply the length of its portion of the circumference. In this diagram you can see I and J are the length, or we can say its portion of the circumference. The circumference itself can be considered a full circle arc length. Next is chord of a circle. A straight line that could be drawn by connecting the two ends of an arc is known as a chord of a circle. Here in this diagram you can see chord MN is given and chord DE is given. So DE is the longest chord of the circle. Here MN is also chord of a circle, and D and E is the longest chord of the circle. Next is semicircular arc. The diameter gives rise to two equal arcs. They are called semicircular arc. In this figure you can see diameter give the rise to equal parts or equal arc that we call as a semicircular arc. See, let's see one example. In the figure alongside chord, RT is a diameter of the circle. Here in this picture you can see chord RT is a diameter of the circle. The diameter gives rise to equal arcs. They are called semicircular arc. So here you can see semicircular arcs are arc RYT, arc RYT and arc RXT. All are semicircular arcs. Next is major and minor arc. Major arc, the arc which is greater than the half of a circle, is known as the major arc of the main circle. Minor arc, an arc that is basically less than of the whole arc of any circle, is known as its minor arc. Let's see example. The chord AB divides the circle alongside into two parts. Here in this diagram you can see AB is a chord. This divides the circle into two parts. So the arc AXB is smaller. See here you can see in this diagram AXB is a smaller arc that we called as minor arc, and arc AYB is the bigger and is called the major arc. Here AXB is the minor arc and AYB is the major arc. Here you can see. Next is central angle and the measure of an arc. Here in this figure O is the vertex. Here O is the vertex of angle AOB. Here in this figure you can see angle AOB, an angle whose vertex is the center of the circle is called central angle. An angle whose vertex is the center of the circle that we call as a central angle. Let's see measure of an arc. The angle AOB in the figure is the central angle corresponding to arc AZB. Here in this picture you can see angle AOB is a central angle and corresponding angle is angle AZB. Here you can see angle AZB. The measure of the angle subtended at the center by an arc is taken to be the measure of the arc. The measure of the angle subtended at the center by an arc is taken to be the measure of the arc. Now, next topic is corresponding arcs. If two arcs of a circle have common end points and the arcs make one complete circle, the arcs are said to be corresponding arcs. Here you can see if two arcs of a circle have given endpoints and the arc makes one complete circle, then the arc is said to be the corresponding arcs. Here you can see in this figure arc AYB and AXB are mutually corresponding arcs. Here AYB and AXB are mutually corresponding arcs. Now we will see the measure of a minor arc. In the figure alongside the measure of angle BAC is equal to 70 degree. So measure of the minor arc BAC is 70 degree. It is written as measure arc BAC is equal to 70 degree. Let's see the measure of a major arc. The measure of a major arc is equal to 360 degree minus measure of the corresponding minor arc. Here in the previous picture, the measure of the corresponding minor arc we already know that is 70 degree. Therefore, measure of a major arc BDC in figure is equal to 360 degree minus 70 degree is equal to 290 degree. So the measure of a major arc is equal to 290 degree. Next is measure of a circle. When the radius OA, here in this diagram you can see OA is a radius of a circle, turns anti-clockwise, means like this, as shown in the figure alongside, through a complete angle. It turns through an angle that measures 360 degree. Its endpoint A complete the one circle. Here this is the endpoint of the circle and this completes the whole one circle. Let's see this figure. The angle subtended at the center by the circle is 360 degree. The measure of the complete circle is 360 degree. Next is measure of a semicircular arc. A semicircle is one-dimensional locus of a point that forms half of a circle. The full arc of a semicircle always measure 180 degree. Here in this picture you can see semicircle. So remember this students, the measure of a minor is equal to its corresponding central angle. The measure of a major arc is equal to 360 degree minus measure of the corresponding minor arc, and the measure of a semicircular arc is equal to 180 degree. This is important point related to the circle. Students, now we will discuss practice set 43. So question number 1. Choose the correct option. Here first is, if A arc AXB and arc AYB are corresponding arcs and measure arc AXB is equal to 120 degree, then measure arc AYB is equal to what? So we have to find out the measure arc AYB. So here arc AXB and arc AYB are corresponding arcs. So here some options are given. Let's see that. First is A is equal to, or A is 140 degree, B is 60 degree, C is 240 degree and D1 is 160 degree. So answer is C, 240 degree. Solution for question number 1. Measure of a major arc is equal to 360 degree minus measure of corresponding minor arc. So here you can see measure arc AYB is equal to 360 degree minus measure arc AXB. Therefore, measure arc AYB is equal to 360 degree minus 120. So, measure arc AYB is equal to 240 degree. So, answer is C, 240 degree. Question number 2. Some arcs are shown in the circle with center O. Write the names of minor arcs, major arc and semicircular arc from among them. Here you can see the picture of the circle with center O. We have to write names of minor arcs, major arcs and semicircular arc. So let's see solution. Solution. Here you can see in this diagram. So minor arcs are arc QXP. Here in this diagram you can see arc QXP is a minor arc. Then arc PR. Here PR is also minor arc. Next is arc RY. Here you see arc RY is there. Then arc YQ. Here next arc is YQ, that is also minor arc. Then next arc is arc QX. Here also you can see QX is also minor arc. And next is arc XP, XP and arc PRY. Arc PRY. So now we have to find out major arcs. So major arcs are arc PYQ. So PYQ. Arc PYQ is a major arc. Then next is arc PQR. PQR. This is also major arc. Then next is arc RQY. Here you can see RQY. RQY. This is also major arc. Then next is arc XPQ. XPQ. This is also major arc. XPQ. Next is arc XQR. So XQR. So this is also major arc. So now we have to find out semicircular arcs. So semicircular arc are RQPR. So QPR. This is semicircular arc. You can see QPR. And next is arc QYR. These all are semicircular arcs. Question number 3. In a circle with center O, the measure of a minor arc is 110 degree. What is the measure of the major arc PYQ? Here you can see diagram. So solution will be measure of a measure arc is equal to 360 degree minus measure of corresponding minor arc. So corresponding minor are already given in question. So measure arc PYQ is equal to 360 minus 110. So measure arc PYQ is equal to 250 degree. So answer will be the measure of the measure arc PYQ. Here in this diagram you can see PYQ is 250 degree. Students, here we completed with practice set 43. Thank you dear students.